welcome back. Today I'm going to dive even deeper into the topic which is the forefront of my world, if you like, and one which I do talk about here and there within this arena, and that is the topic of freedom, because it is one of, if not the highest value that I have. And as time goes on, and as I continue along this journey, it appears that things are revealed even more over the course of time to me. And I just absolutely love to share that with you, because if you, like me, value freedom, if it's one of your highest values, then hopefully this message will resonate with you. So today, freedom. It's not something that you can achieve. It's not something that you can obtain. It is not a thing. It is not something that anybody else can give to you. It's not when this happens, then I'll feel that. You know what I mean? And as I explore this topic even more, and as it becomes clearer and clearer to me, I can see that this concept of freedom has different layers to it. So I'm going to explain more. When I was young and life was before me, and I had that sense of, that it was all fresh. And whilst I had challenges and difficulties, as we all do throughout our lives, I kind of had this feeling that I just wanted to get out there and be myself and do the thing that I wanted to do. But in actual fact, my actual experience was quite different, because I very soon realised in the world of work, I was self-employed mainly, but in that arena, you very quickly realise and recognise that you're not very free. You are bound by the confines of a work environment, of the dictates of when you need to be in the door and then when you can go out of the door, and what you do within that time frame. And this was the initial driver that made me think, well, hang on a minute. Do I want my life to be dictated to like this? Or there was this sense in me that was like, no, it doesn't have to be this way. I went through a big journey whilst in those first 5, 6, 7 years of working that made me think, it was a big journey of personal development, of finding out who I was, what I wanted to do, realizing that there was more to life. And so my first initial foray was into freeing myself in terms of my finances, because I thought, when I become financially free, then I can do what I want. I can go where I want. I can do with my time what I want. And so that was my initial foray into the exploration of freedom. And then you've heard my story, so I'm going to fast forward to the point where we became financially free. And it was an amazing feeling. It had crept up on us gradually, because it had taken years to kind of get to that point. But at the point where we thought we recognised that we were free in that sense, it was a bit of a letdown as well as being amazing, if that makes sense. Maybe it doesn't, maybe it does. Because I felt that when I got there, I'd feel very different. But the reality was that although I didn't have to put the alarm clock on and get up at a certain point and do the thing, I still had all these feelings, behaviours, patterns, thoughts, which were running me, that I had to get up and I had to do things. And because I've always been animated and self-motivated and driven, that's what I needed to continue to do. So I did continue to do those things, and I set up a business and started coaching and mentoring other people, which I absolutely loved. And there were also elements which were quite tiring and things that I didn't necessarily want to be doing, i.e. the admin and bits and bobs. So I kind of found myself after a few years thinking, well, what the hell am I doing? I don't have to be doing this stuff, so why am I doing it? And it took a while to unravel and reveal the fact that it's like these patterns were running me. So it was like different layer of recognition. And so the first freedom for me was the financial freedom. The second was recognition of, okay, I don't have to do it this way. And then as I've deepened even more over the course of time, I'm recognizing that actually freedom comes from sinking more into yourself, allowing more of yourself to be revealed and allowing that to come to the fore. Because this next layer of freedom that I'm kind of recognizing is kind of capturing the real essence of who you are. And by capturing that essence, I have described this in one of the very first podcasts I put out there, that if you can capture the essence of what it is that you're after, what you think that a particular life circumstance will give to you, when that happens, then I'll feel happy, free, peaceful, abundant, joyful, whatever the word is, that you have to really live from that place. And I'm recognizing and realizing and telling myself to do this the further I go through my journey. And it really is hitting home now that that is key. That if you're not living and being and experiencing the things that make you feel that way, then you're just living in the prescripted patterns that the conditioning you've experienced up until this point in your life is dictating to you, and you're kind of running in that way. And so stop for a minute and actually recognize and become aware of where you're at. Are you happy? Do you feel free? Do you feel joyful? What is your current state of being? For me, years ago, there was always that current underlying sense of, a bit of anxiety going on, like, I need to do this to get that, to have this, to be able to do that, and what's so-and-so thinking of me, and etc. There's always this sort of low-lying anxiety, and that is not a nice place to be living from. And so what I'm saying is that actually, when you start to get really in alignment with yourself and what floats your boat, what makes you feel good, what sets you free now. Like I've just done a little social media video. I'm doing it more and more now, getting myself out there. So feel free to link up on Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram. Oh my goodness me, it's all happening. I'm getting myself out into the world more and more. And I've just done a little video this morning to say that the more you can just be yourself and enjoy your life and let go of the stories and let go of the conditioning and let go of the shoulds, the ought tos, the coulds, etc., the more you are freeing yourself to be yourself, the more life gives to you the things that help you be free or help you to be happy and joyful, etc. It's like it's almost like alchemy. It's like magic. So the message I want to share with you today, the absolute essence of the message, is the alchemy of creating freedom and essentially wealth, as in a feeling of wealth, really starts in the heart. It really does start with tapping into who you are, what's important to you. The message I shared this morning was me sitting on the beach with the sea right in front of me, beautiful blue sky, a few fluffy white clouds, and that's my happy space. And it's not just that space though, it's how I feel. So how you feel really dictates your state of being. So really that state that you are in, i.e. coming from the heart space, then has an impact on the mind, because when you create from that space, you don't have all the rest of the mind chatter and the other layers of stuff that's put on top of you. You can then create from that different place. So here's my crux of it all. Freedom is not a thing. It is a state of being. And the more you can tap into that state of being, that state of freedom, without thinking, when I've achieved this, then I'll feel free, or when I have that, then I'll feel free. No, Tap into the sense of freedom in yourself right now by letting go of the bullshit, by letting go of the stories, by letting go of the head stuff and the conditioning and all the layers that you've put upon yourself to make you think that it should be that way. Because if I could wind the clock back and tell my younger self, and perhaps this is a message for you as well, if I could tell myself that it's about just relaxing, letting go, accepting life circumstances as they are, because even though I'm financially free, even though I'm recognizing all these things, I still have stuff going on. I've still got life situations which crop up, which are, out of left field, etc., which come along as you least expect it. But actually, the more I can tap into that sense of, okay, it's all good. I'm free in myself. I don't have to log into everything else that's going on around me. I can just be myself in that situation. It just gives you that sense of freedom. It enables you to have that state of being free. Anyway, it was important, I felt, to share this with you today, and hoping that it hits home with you, resonates well. And if you can live your life more and more, if you contemplate this and allow it to sink in, and you can live your life more and more from this space, then absolutely opportunities, abundance, and life can start to help you express that even more. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.